So a point on the road today, our first point of the season away to Ballinamallard. What's your view in today's game?
I think, being truthfully honest, Graham, I think it probably was a fair result. I mean, both teams had chances, but just one of them days where we couldn't seem to find the breakthrough. We were miles off it in the first half, and I think everybody within the group agreed to that. And we made a couple of changes, and we changed the formation at half time to see if we could ask the question of Ballinamallard, who, to be fair to Ballinamallard, under Tommy they seemed to be a lot more solid and a lot more organised, and they knocked the ball about well, and we just couldn't seem to cope with it. I don't know where it was, the bus journey or whatever, boys just off for a wee bit, or we've took our eye off the ball a wee bit, but we were just off for a bit, and then we did ask the question a few times in the second half, but as I say, we can't rely on one person or two people to score the goals. It was just one of them days where nobody stepped up, and we hit the bar and whatever else, a couple of clear cut chances, but as I say, a point was probably a fair result looking at the whole game.
And you say look at the whole game, a point. Probably a positive today. Something we've been struggled with. We managed to keep a clean sheet today. That's a positive we can take from today.
Yeah, and I just said that to the guys. I said that's one of the big positives, that you've travelled down here 80 miles or whatever it is, and you've kept a clean sheet, whereas we haven't done that in a long time. Okay, we were scoring 2 and 3 and 4, but we weren't keeping clean sheets, and that's a big positive for us. Even playing two different formations, it showed that at half time, without massive instruction, we can alter the formation and still be solid at the back. Okay, Ballinamallard has a couple of chances, and so will any team over the duration of a match. But I thought we were solid as well, and we were very pleased with the clean sheet. It's just unfortunate we couldn't ask a bigger question at the other end.
And it was only a couple of weeks ago we talked about referee and thing. We're not going to go too much into referee, and we can't say too much. But there's the moment at the end of the game there, which you feel in that there, it looked like a bad tackle.
I think, as I did say a couple of weeks ago, and it's probably the same personnel. I mean, they're having a big campaign, and I'm all for it. The only thing is now, and this would be my gripe and other managers' gripes in the league, the football, the level of football, the level of technicality, the level of fitness in this championship, and the quality of player has come on so much and so much higher. Have the officials moved with that progression? I'm not so sure. I'm really not so sure. I mean, there was a couple of incidents there the day. There was one guy was completely off the ground, and okay, he didn't catch the guy, but nowadays he doesn't have to catch him. It's the intent. And as I say, I don't want to keep talking about the referees, but JJ gets put into the fence down there. Whether it's off the ball or late or whatever, it's still a terrible tackle, and nothing's happened. So it's just, and I think I probably speak for most people. We want consistency, and that's all we're asking. We're not asking for referees to change games and have an impact on games. We're wanting consistency for protection of players. And I said the other week, I don't want a guy out for 3 or 4 weeks because of a refereeing decision over a tackle. And you seen last week the seriousness. Obviously, when I seen last week's tackle back on the video, that was horrendous. And okay, the guy was sent off, but today there could have been a similar situation where there was somebody seriously hurt, and that's the worry. And that's the worry for professional or amateur footballers who have to go to work on Monday morning. They could be hurt by playing a game of football on Saturday. And I think the guys that are in charge of the campaign have probably got to come and have a look, or maybe sit down with managers and staff and whatever, and see how we can make things better for them, because it's a thankless job, but they're still getting a few quid for it. So, and that's it. And we don't want to keep talking about him. There were some decent passages of football today. And obviously 0-0, and the neutrals probably seen it was an end-to-end 0-0, if you want to put it like that, with no end product. But all in all, we were happy with a clean sheet.
And finally, positive news: Andy Hall picks up an accolade for his performances on the pitch. I've been watching him, and he's really been putting in shifts for the club, and it's nice to get him recognised.
I think when somebody gets highlighted out of the squad with a player of the month, and obviously we've been going about things quietly. We haven't been running and shouting things from the rooftops. We've been going about our business, but eventually when you're doing well and results are being drummed out on Saturdays, somebody's got to get there and get the accolades. So Andy's picked it up for his contribution in October, and I think that speaks highly of the group, rather than just, and Andy's the first to admit that, and you probably heard that in his interview. That it could have been any one of the guys in the squad, because they've all put a shift in for the last month or so, and their unbeaten run is still intact today. So fair play to him. He's popped up with a few goals, and as I say, as a group, everybody's delighted that somebody's getting recognition for the hard work that they're putting in on the pitch. And as I say, Andy's more delighted to share the accolades with the squad and the group, but together as a squad. So
Thank you very much.